welcome to Too Fast, Too Forever. There's all kinds of family. We chose this one. This is episode 337, Life in the Fast Lane, number 22. I'm Joey Lewandowski.
I'm Joe, too.
And Joe, it's time to land that boat. Let us tarry no further. Let us dive right into Too Fast, Too Furious.
Launch right onto that minute.
Wouldn't it be funny if, like, somehow, like, the car was in the air for, like, a full minute and just, like, we didn't land till the next minute? But
no.
As you'll hear, we land.
I think I broke my arm, man. Get the gun.
It's over, Carter.
So in this minute, Brian and Roman successfully land the car onto Carter Verone's boat. Brian and Roman groan and writhe in pain. Brian holds his head, Roman his arm. Carter approaches the car with a shotgun in hand as Brian reaches for his pistol and shoots Carter in the shoulder, knocking him back. Carter's shotgun blasts into the sky. Carter reaches for his shotgun on the ground. Monica steps in, kicks his hand away, and picks up the shotgun. She draws it on him and tells him it's over. Carter sits up as the minute ends. And this is one of, like, even not knowing where it would start or where it would stop, like this is exactly how I thought it was going to play out, right? It's just like, if this is the minute.
The minute starts immediately with the car in the air.
Yeah.
Perfectly right in the air. It's just launches us right onto the boat off the rip.
And I think a fun thing about watching this on repeat, like 8 or 10 or 12 times or whatever I watched it.
On repeat?
I like seeing the guy, one of Carter's henchmen, jump out of the way. I like seeing all the debris, like, just explode outward. Like, you really get a sense of, like, the work done.
We just watched the Icons Unearthed episode previously.
Yeah.
About them doing the stunt and how they did it on the wires and blah, blah, blah. But it's really funny when you watch it broken down, paused, everything on loop 1 minute. You see the explode, like, there's clearly an explosion that happens that is not related to the car landing on the boat. Like, the car hits the boat and then they, like, are like, okay, gas, and they hit the button and then it's like, ba-boom, like, afterwards. It's really fun. I agree.
Very, very fun. My question to you, my big question is, and I think the answer to both of these is no, is can this car or can the boat be salvaged, or are they both fucked? I mean, anything can be fixed, right? Like, a car is only totaled when the cost of the repair is more than the value of the car, right? But, like, if you really love a car, you can fix anything at any whatever. You can replace anything, whatever. So, like,
well, like if they like break the frame or something. So, like that, I'm saying the car is possibly forever broken, right? Like they could have bent the frame. This is something that like is now beyond a normal repair. The boat, I feel like it's a lot of cosmetics. It's on the top of it, like. I'm sure you could repair... Like, the boat is still functional. It didn't damage the engines or anything.
Part of me wonders, and this is extrapolating to a future we don't see, but, like, cops who have a grudge against Carter Verone, like, because the cleanup of this, right? Like, Carter gets arrested, as we will see in the coming minutes, right?
Yes.
But, like, some kind of cop or something has to, like, go in with, like, a helicopter crane or something and take the car off and then tow the boat and whatever.
No, I think the boat parks... But
with the car in it?
Yes. Because, like I said, I don't think they hit the engines or anything. They land on the top of the boat.
But I'm wondering, like, if
if
a cop with a grudge with, like, either a helicopter with, like, a magnet or, like, a claw
a magnet.
or
Yeah,
something.
cops have helicopter magnets, yeah.
Somebody with a grudge can, like, sort of swing the car around and damage more of the boat as they get it off. Be like, oops, sorry, went the wrong way.
It's one of these, like, you're walking the perp down the street and he just... You hit them into a wall.
You accidentally hit their head on the car as you put them in the car, right? Like,
exactly, yeah.
Oops, I accidentally dropped the car into the front of the boat. Sorry. Like, because I think getting the car off is not going to be an easy feat. I mean, we don't see that, but, you know. I don't know.
You pull it into the right dock, right marina. I think that you could do it pretty. Like unloading, they unload cargo from boats all the time.
But you think that's true. But you think that the boat is in better shape than the car,
I do.
just based on size, just based on like.
No,
big
just because it doesn't
boat,
hit
little
the
car.
engine or
Yeah.
anything like that. Like everything's on top. I think that you could probably fix that part.
Now that jet ski that flies off the boat lands in the water perfectly, that's okay.
It seems, dude, that was my favorite part of this minute, and you didn't have it. I added it to the thing because when the explosion goes off, the jet ski does like a perfect 360 spin in the air and lands flush on the water. Totally fine. It looks like it's like just drivable after that.
What's the same? Like, what is it that something wants to be in the water, or like there's like things like things want to be at equilibrium. It's just like a jet ski wants to
Yes.
be upright in the water. Like it's gonna find its feet, right? Like a cat wants to land on its feet. A jet
Exactly.
ski wants to land right side up. It's going
Life
to figure out
finds
a
a
way. To land.
way.
Exactly. The only other note that I have is that the score, the David Arnold score, the song Dukes of Hazzard stunt ends in this minute, and the so cleverly titled Brian Shoots Verone begins. But Joe, what did you find in this minute? What of note happens in minute 97?
I got the jet ski was my favorite part. Got the guns that they have. It's definitely a Discovery 72. There's like something written on like the two. I don't even know what they are. Like they look like buoys that the car kind of blows off, but I can't read what those are.
Okay.
And then lastly, my other favorite thing is that Carter Verone has a really big diamond ring on his right middle finger as he's like reaching across his chest. And I was like, that seems like a gangster cocaine dealer thing to have.
It's a money thing.
It's a money thing. Like he has a yacht, he has a big ass diamond ring on his middle finger. It's pretty cool. I want to flip somebody off with a big ass diamond ring like Carter Verone.
Sure.
Blow.
Look at my shit, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Why are we stuck in Spring Breakers? I brought it up. It's my fault.
You brought it
Never
up.
mind.
It's your
Yeah.
fault. So I have a trivia question. Before we get there, you said before we started recording, you have a great dumb name for the minute. What would you like to name? What would you like to title minute 97? And am I going to like it or am I not going to like it?
I think you're going to like it based on us behind the scenes, just recording the episode of Passenger 57.
Oh, you were recording this a week early because I'm going on a work trip. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes, with Garrett Smith. I would like to title this minute, I have had it with all these motherfucking cars on these motherfucking boats.
I don't want to put a swear in the title of the episode.
I have had it with all these blank cars
What's
on
the
these
TV
blank
edit?
boats. Mother freaking.
No,
Mother
it's
frickin'.
monkey fighting snakes on this Monday through Friday plane. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
can do
Yes.
that, though.
Can we- okay. Perfect. Thank you. I accept addendums, but I just have snakes on the plane, on the brain, and these are cars on boats. So I think that is an appropriate title for today.
I've had it with these monkey fighting cars on this Monday through Friday boat. Every once in a while, the title is so long, I need to like relay out the way that I have the text set up in Photoshop, and I think this is going to do it again here.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's the title of the. That's gonna be the title of the episode too.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to swear. Yeah. But that's
Okay,
fine.
I got you.
I've
This
had
is
it
really.
with these monkey fighting cars on this Monday through Friday boat.
That's perfect. Insane. Awesome.
So for that minute, the trivia question. So I think there's two things. The one thing that I did not, that we could ask about that I don't have here is
Go ahead.
where are Brian and Roman hurt? Like Brian is holding his head, Roman his arm.
Yeah, I was gonna say Roman says, "I think my arm's broke," and what did Roman think was broken? He could be like, "Oh, I think my shoulder's broken, my whatever, nose, head, whatever." But
Because
yes, I like your question.
The
too.
question that came up with, like, because in my head, I like without having seen it, I don't know that I would get the answer right. But the question I have is, as Brian and Rowan crash their car into Carter's boat, or is it on? It's really onto Carter's boat.
Yes,
he moves on
onto.
them with a shotgun. Suddenly, he shot. Who shoots him? And if you asked me before seeing the minute, I would have been like, "Is it Monica? It might be Monica, but it's Brian."
Yes, because you remember her with the gun, you remember Brian with the gun,
And also,
and
they
also
just, they cause such a
Tyrese hands him the
distraction.
gun. Tyrese is like, "Brian, grab the gun," and slides it to him. So I think that it's actually a very appropriate question. I like it a lot too.
The answer is Brian, but like I do think that any of three of them could be right.
Yeah. No, I like this. I saw your question. I'm standing behind you. I like this. It's good. It's logical, you should go with your right answer, but knowing us, you might second guess yourself because you don't actually know the answer.
Yep. The good thing is that now that we are recording this, now that we are in the year of our Lord 2024, sometime this year we are going to take this quiz. This is the year where we take the Too Fast, Too Furious quiz, and
I'm so fucked.
This is the year in which we fail the Too Fast, Too Furious quiz.
I'm super fucked. Do I get to? Okay, I think that we should. Can we make a gentleman's agreement right now?
I'm waiting.
Okay, I want you to agree first.
I'm not going to agree to I will agree that we might be able to make an agreement. Sure. What's the agreement?
Okay. I think we should get one watch through immediately before taking the quiz.
Okay, hold on. So here's the question. So we do minute. Oh God. Okay, never mind. I forgot that we're like basically at the end of the lap. So we do 98 before the tune-up. We do 99 before Too Fast.
Are we going in raw, or are we like should we?
Well,
can we get one watch through, clean through, and then take the quiz immediately afterwards? Because I think that would be the best for me.
So our Too Fast, Too Furious episode comes out in March. Okay.
Okay.
We finish the credits for the minute in May. So you want to watch Too Fast again in May?
No, or the reverse. Can we like take what we have done of the? Well, I guess that doesn't really help anything.
We did the first one as a Patreon bonus episode. We just took the quiz. I don't remember if that episode was good. If you listen to that, let us know. Family@cageclub.me. I can't imagine.
Should we do that again?
But we could. Yeah,
should
sure.
We do that again? Yeah.
I think maybe we wait until we finish the credits in May. We watch the movie again.
That's what I mean. No, I was just saying, like, is it banned for us to sneak a watch in immediately before?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to help.
I'm trying. I'm trying anything I can dig into.
You're going to have to remember the things we asked questions about, and then you're going to have to remember those answers, of which there are more than 100 questions.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think we're fucked no matter what.
But like, let's give it a watch.
Okay.
Before. Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
But yes, in May, after we finish this movie, the minutes, because then we're going to have, like, the reason we're not doing Tokyo Drift till the fall is because we have all the deleted scenes and everything like that, but like those, we don't do questions about those.
No, you're right.
We only do questions about the movie, so we can do this in May. We'll be fine.
Okay.
We're not going to be fine because we're going to be fucked, but...
Yeah. I understand. It makes sense.
Anything else that you want to say about minute 97 of Too Fast, Too Furious?
This is another, like, perfectly bookended fucking minute.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. Like, it goes on to the car is jumping in the air, and it ends with Monica pointing the gun at Carter Verone. It's perfect.
So the way that I have it mapped out, we have minute 101 as the last standalone, so the credits probably start in 101. So we have at least 3, if not 4, full minutes of movie left.
Perfect. Sounds excellent. Yeah.
And it's only going to take us through May to do it.
Sounds perfect.
All right, Joe. On the street. Oh, boy. Okay. On the streets, news about the Fast and Furious.
Oh, God.
So...
Are we starting hot, or are we going?
I think we got to start hot. So we're recording this a week early. So if things happen, but in the next, this is going to come out to the main feed 2 weeks from yesterday, right? This will come out on January 16th. The patrons will get it on January 11th or so.
Yes.
We recorded the F9 episode early because of Christmas.
Minutes before this happened.
And then after that happened, Vin Diesel was accused of sexual battery.
Yes.
And the details are horrific.
And we had just been talking about what could end the Fast and the Furious.
We literally talked about who could get canceled to end the franchise. And you said something like Vin, but even then they'd find a way to get through it.
Yes. It's from like the first or second. It's like from the first movie, right? It's like it's a long time ago.
No, it's from 2010.
Okay, so not
during the filming of Fast 5.
Okay.
So I'm not going to go into the details here because in case that's, I don't want to, because it's
exactly.
gnarly. But if you want to look into that, but like we're not going to stop the podcast. I said to you, I'm glad that we cover all those movies because like I don't, who knows. But just know that we know about the allegations. We recorded the F9 episode before they came out. I don't know if we would have. I mean, our conversation with Brian would have been totally different had we.
It would have been wildly different. Yeah.
But we do know about them. I don't know that I have more to say about it, but do you have anything else you want to say about that or no?
I think even with getting rid of Vin, that they actually won't, no matter what, just because that's how these things work. That's how the universe, I mean, like, America works, and that I can't see the Fast and the Furious ever ending. There's too many people and moving parts and jobs for one person to destroy the franchise with their shitty actions. And that's my thoughts on it.
I do think that, like, whatever they have in store, if they, you know, there's going to be a Hobbs movie, which who knows if Vin is going to be involved with, either in front of the screen or behind the screen. You know, who knows if the writer's strike messed that up at all, you know, independent of this. But I do think that, like, if this comes to light and is founded and blah, 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 whatever.
Yes.
We might not see, you know, Vin past these main movies, but, you know.
I agree. Yeah, I think that they would likely get rid of him. I can't see him not being a shadow involved part of them no matter what. And he's still going to get paid from them no matter what. So it's just a sad reality.
In other news, though, what else have you seen about the Fast and Furious since we last recorded?
I was watching College Game Day on January 1st. The Rock and his wife, or well, ex-wife, what's her name? I forget her name. Do you remember? Danny from Young Rock were on College Game Day talking about the merger of the USFL and the XFL to the UFL.
The United Football League.
Yeah, and it was really fucking cool. Pat McAfee kept referencing how much he watched Young Rock. Like, whenever The Rock would say something about it, he'd be like, I watched Young Rock. I know all about this. And, like, The Rock would laugh at him. It was a cool thing. They were obviously doing promo because, like, I think, like, part of it's going to be on ESPN and Fox and something else. They really wanted to work. They are the official spring football league with all kinds of TV partners. Sad for me, the Pittsburgh Maulers went bankrupt minutes before this happened. But other than that, it's going to be cool.
So the high-level details from the Athletic thing, the leagues announced in September their intent to merge. They officially did this, though. The league kicks off on March 30th of this year, 2024. The UFL will have 8 teams, 5 XFL, 3 USFL. Games will be broadcast on ABC, Fox, ESPN, and Fox Sports 1.
It kicks off with the 2 champions facing each other.
Arlington Renegades and the Birmingham Stallions. Both teams won their respective league championships last year. 4 teams in the XFL conference, 4 USFL conference teams. The Houston Roughnecks were in the XFL but overlapped with the Gamblers and will therefore be in the USFL conference. So Arlington, San Antonio, St. Louis, and DC are in the XFL, and the USFL is Birmingham, Houston, Memphis, and Michigan.
This is the right move. This was the incredible right move. I'm happy about it. This is going to be fun, and hopefully it doesn't get murdered by COVID this time.
Yes.
Oh, Pat McAfee was also like, hey, just to let you know, the XFL was, like, way more fun than the USFL was, so, like, are you guys going to be lame or, like, do the XFL shit? And they're like, we're working to kind of bring the best ideas together.
That's not a good answer. Also,
I mean, well, they were just playing.
I know that these are different audiences, but, like, they basically, like, hey, we're kicking off as baseball kicks off. So, like, anybody who, like, has been looking forward to baseball is not going to watch this shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be like...
No, but I don't think that the average football fan is, like, I'm so excited for baseball and, like, I hate spring football. Like, if you're a football fan, usually it's like, okay, give me more football. And, like, there's a void there. So, yeah.
True.
And also, baseball in fucking March? No. Like, I mean, I get it, but, like, when does baseball actually start? April? Does it actually start in April?
It starts in March.
Baseball actually starts in fucking March. When's, like, pitchers and catchers? Like, January?
February.
Is it, like, next week?
February. It's always, like, 6 weeks
Christ.
before the season.
Baseball never ends, and it always starts, never ends.
Bro, as soon as the Super Bowl ends, they're like, all right, NFL draft. We got to talk about the NFL draft. We got to do the NFL draft. And then as soon as the NFL draft's over, it's like, all right, when's training camp?
No, it's the combine first, Joey.
It's true.
You missed the combine. And then there's a big lull. It's the combine, the draft, big lull, OTAs,
not really
mini camp, OTAs, Yes, it's
McAfee doesn't show up.
completely different.
Anyway, what else about the Fast and Furious have you seen in the last couple of weeks?
That's all I can remember off the top of my head. What else you got, bud?
I have two things from Screen Rant that I'm not going to read because they're just clickbait, but they're two titles that I agree with. Fast 10 fails Jordana Brewster's Mia after redeeming the character in F9. I'm like, yep, true.
Yeah, true.
Very true.
Sure. Yeah.
And the other one, which I never thought about, was Fast and Furious did a much better cliffhanger ending than Fast 10 14 years ago. And that was the end of 4, where they have Dom on the bus and the cars come up to break him out. And that's a much better cliffhanger ending than him and Baby B just like in a ravine, maybe about to die.
You think the 4 is a better cliffhanger than this?
I think it's a more satisfying look ahead.
It's a more satisfying.
Yeah.
We don't know the end of this one yet, so I don't think I think the jury is out still on the cliffhanger and Vin Diesel of
boy, oh boy.
And we will find out the ending eventually.
That's all the news. There's no real news. I don't know, like, the actor strike is over, the writer strike is over, like, things are back, but, like, I haven't seen things. I'm sure Reaction Rocket's probably seen, like, because he reads trades even beyond the trades that I read. But, I don't know. Maybe Hobbs is here, maybe not Hobbs is here. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is Dwayne Johnson in charge of the UFL?
He is.
What's his role in the UFL?
Partially.
Is he, like, co-CEO or whatever? Co-owner?
Dude, it's all fucking Danny, dude.
I know, but
it's
he's
not
Danny.
him at all. He's just a figurehead. He's like, I think he's completely useless. It's like it's really her like running the shit, and he's just like her trophy ex-husband.
But is he in Fast 11?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Yeah. Well, the next thing to do is Icons.
We should start playing Is Vin in Fast 11?
Oh boy, too soon. The next thing to do is Icons Unearthed, Episode 3, The Tune-Up. Joe, who is sponsoring this segment?
This episode of Icons Unearthed is brought to you by the exciting manga Tokyo Underground. Brought to you by Square Enix. Shout out to Tokyo Underground.
Well, shout out to Tokyo Underground, and this episode, Episode 3, The Tune-Up, which they totally stole from us. After the mediocre reception of Too Fast, Too Furious, Universal risks it all on a brand new creative team, a younger cast, and a new kind of racing. This is about Tokyo Drift and Fast and Furious, both movies in one episode. And I was saying to you before we started recording, this is my least favorite of the three so far.
Yeah, I feel like, well, we already got the news from it that was like they had a fake director in Japan to get arrested, and I feel like that became like a big headline when this came out.
That was one thing that if we didn't know that, we'd be like, oh my god, but like we knew it.
Yes. But other than that, it's just like, I mean, Lucas Black is in it, so that's kind of cool, right?
In his sort of empty room in front of a big fireplace.
I was thinking as I watched this, like, Lucas Black was born 40 and has become 43 since then. Right? Like, he doesn't look like he's that much older than when he was in Tokyo Drift. Like, he's older, but, like, not, like, that much older.
Well,
but,
I think
like,
also,
he
like,
looked...
if he hadn't been in F9, I think we would have been like, oh, that's what it looks like now. But, like, we just saw him a couple years ago. You know what I mean? Like, we know what he looks like now, because
But he doesn't look much old. He
he
looked way old in Tokyo Drift, and now he just looks like a little bit older than that. Like, he hit a nice plateau there. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's catching up to his age is catching up to his look.
Yeah. I liked that they referred to Tokyo Drift as Fast and Furious Junior, which I think is a very funny way of just like, it's not just high school, it's just Fast and Furious Junior, like for kids.
Yeah, they did reference it as the high school Fast and the Furious too, which I thought Brian would be excited about.
The interesting thing I thought was the origin of the Han character. Like, this is one of the, like, there's a handful of things I think were new and interesting in this episode. Originally a black character named Phoenix.
Yes.
But then,
which, don't they have Phoenix? They have Phoenix
is in 4. Yeah, but he's a bad
Yeah.
guy. He's a black guy named Phoenix, but he's a bad guy.
Yes.
But which they're just like, this is such a cool name, man. We got to use this name sometime.
Yeah,
like,
we
Chris
gotta
Morgan's
keep
man,
that in
we're
our
gonna
back
use Phoenix.
pocket.
Universal, like when Justin Lin was hired, they're like, we're gonna have this character, and Universal's like, no, you're gonna take this guy. You're gonna take Sung Kang, and he just like they brought Han over. So
And they talk about how like Han is Han from Better Luck Tomorrow, and that they like even had to like change he's always eating because he was smoking in Better Luck Tomorrow, and they're kind of toning it down for the big screen and a
Yep.
big movie. And I thought that was pretty cool that they like acknowledged that yes, it is Han. It's intentionally Han, same guy.
And they were also saying that because they cast Bow Wow as Twinkie, which this is weird. So they had the Han character is going to be black, and then the Twinkie character, as we know from the racial nickname, the racist nickname, was going to be Asian, right?
Yes.
But they cast a black guy as the guy that they were
Twinkie character.
Asian. Yep.
Yes.
And so they're like, well, we can't have two of the same ethnicity, so we got to do the other one. We got to flip flop them, right? So it's just like, okay.
I liked Tyrese's like One Race Productions because Vin and I don't see color.
We're one human race.
And I was like, I wonder if they believe that. I have a question for you. Why didn't we cover Annapolis? Jordana Brewster and Tyrese, and apparently like
It's
Justin
going to
Lin
be in
was
a future
involved?
lap. It was the only lap we really theoretically could have covered it in so far as a Tokyo Drift lap, and I'd rather just watch like samurai movies than like some movie that's
Fair.
probably
Good
not
point.
very good.
Very good point.
I'd rather watch Lady
Very,
Snowblood
very
or Kill
good
Bill
point.
or whatever, right? Like, you
Yeah,
know.
fucking sick. I get it. Yeah, baby cart and whatever. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that 95% of the movie was filmed in America. Like, I realize that it's a lot, but like the fact that there was that much here is cool.
That
The Shibuya crossing in a church parking lot behind a Costco, like how they actually recreated Shibuya was very cool.
very cool. And on that note, I was very impressed with how much that they kept saying that all of this was practical and not
Yeah.
CG, considering how much of Tokyo Drift looks like it's computer generated,
Well,
right?
even the shot. So the coolest thing to me, again, well documented history in the show that I don't give a shit about cars. I think the coolest thing in either of these things was them interviewing or getting the talking heads from the stunt drivers and
Yes.
like the Swedish guy who like grew up driving on frozen lakes. And the
It's
other
really
guy,
funny. Yeah, the two stunt drivers that are the drifters that do the drifting, they're like, we just drive in snow.
Yeah.
They're like, we're really good at driving in snow. So
Mm-hmm.
like, once they were like, do you want to like do these things? And they're like, we're really good at turning cars sideways and controlling them because we drive in snow a lot.
And it's also funny to me that like we've always said that like 4 marks the pivot away from cars into action, but like to have one
Go
of those guys
ahead.
be like, I realized when we were doing 4, like not a lot of driving.
The coolest thing that they said, I think it was the lady that was the voice of the GPS, who was like what, production assistant or
Yes,
something
the
like
assistant,
that.
the assistant editor, I think. Yes.
She said specifically, and I really like this line, that 4 was like, I'm going to paraphrase her, but was like the crux of the suspension of disbelief. And I think that's a good way to put it. We always put like, you know, these are car movies versus action movies. These are whatever versus whatever. This is like before. This is a trilogy. But she pinpoints that 4 is like when you're like, okay, I'm in this enough that like now we can suspend belief. Shit will get wacky and we're still in it. And that's a really good way to put it. That's something that I've never like pinpointedly said before, but I agree.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's a smart thing that she said, and also a good thing to pick up on for you. But I think going back to what you were saying about like how much of Tokyo Drift looks like CGI, like there's the shot that they even emphasize here about like we're gonna do this with CGI, like when they're in the parking deck and they drift like an inch away from the wall.
Yes.
And the stunt driver's like, no, I can do that. And they're like, well, it's just easy to do in CGI. Like, why would we not do it? And he's like, and they did it 3 times, like for real. But like, that shot looks.
It
fake
looks
as
like
hell.
CGI.
It looks fake as hell.
It looks super fake. Yeah.
So I don't know if they maybe he didn't, and they didn't get the actual shot in a way that they wanted to use it. You know what I mean? It might be CGI, but he did it. But like, it's just like, well, if he could do it.
Why didn't you get the real, like, just rig a camera up, strap it to the side of that fucker, and just go? But
Also very cool was them talking about how they rigged the go-kart with a camera to drive through the crowds.
I really like that. That was a very smart, very cool, and it makes a lot of sense, and it gives a real. That's something that I couldn't articulate of why I like Tokyo Drift so much, but it brings a really weird feeling of realism to Tokyo Drift.
I also liked how they described at getting the drifting and the skidding sound effects by adding screams and wildcat roars
Swipes.
and squeegee noises. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, squeegee noises, yeah.
The death and return of Han, I thought was very interesting because like it's the thing we've talked about the most, more than probably anything else, about the way that they retcon it, whatever. But showing this movie to test audiences, and they're being like, it ends sad, and then them being like, well, we need to bring Vin back, right? And like, so they that's why they go get the cameo. But also like thinking he's dead, and then Justin Lin and Sung Kang stopping at an Arby's and getting swarmed by Fast and Furious fans, being like,
Yes.
we love Han so much, it sucks that he's dead. And they're like, well, does he have to be?
Is he
and then they
dead?
figured it out from there. But it's also really, really funny that like how reverent to the one line Twinkie's Han is dead, all right? Like they're like, we can't make Twinkie a liar. like he says this line, we need to set everything else in the past because Han is dead. And then like, a couple
Yeah,
years
it could
later,
just be like Twinkie was wrong.
yeah. But then a
You're
couple
right.
years
We
later,
could just
they're
been like, Twinkie was fucking wrong, dude.
fuck that guy. Like, no, he's alive. Like, he's not even just not dead, like, because it's in the past. He's just not dead because, Mr. Nobody yanked him out.
I like that Michelle knew the importance of Letty and like tried to be like, yo, try to Han me here. Like we can come back from this. And they're like, no, you're dead. And she's like, I think the fans are gonna be pissed at you about this one too. And she was right.
They tiptoe around that in a way that like they never once mention the word fridging. Right? They never say like, oh, like this is this follows like it's like this was a way to make her death mean something and
to give the movies gravity,
to really emotional stakes and create a revenge movie. It's like, no man, like you just killed off like a main female character to like propel it. Like you did like what every movie has done for decades and like people hate about every movie, right? Like
and then lastly for me, I didn't know they moved 4 up. Do you remember that? Did you know that?
No, but that was so fucked up.
Yeah, they were like, hey man, people are kind of digging what you got of this movie so far, so just like finish it 3 months early, go.
Because they were like, wow, we didn't realize how much post-production we need to do in this movie. There's so much CGI. And we wanted more time. And they're like, not only do you not have more time, you have
much less time.
3 months less time. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, and everybody was fucking miserable and just like slept in this place like 24/7, ran out of clothes. And they're like, but we got it done. And they're like, every single person they interview is like, that was like the worst time of my life. Like the worst time of my life.
I think it was Randy Carter who emailed them recently about like why he doesn't like 4, and it's because of those like scenes, like how much CGI is in the tunnels, and it's like, yeah, no, they all like watching them make that after like you see the stunt drivers of the 3 and how much they're doing practically, and just like have a car in front of a green screen like rumbling around and like just like computerizing the background, just like this sort of sucks.
I get you. Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I like the scene, but it's like compared to what it was, it's like it's a bummer.
It is. It is.
But, you do what you got to do.
Amen. Also, them just explaining whatever, like, race scene in 4 that they were like, yeah, we didn't really plan it out. We just started shooting. I was like, that's a fucking wild idea.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yeah, so we stopped doing that after that because it was, like, $20 million over budget or something insane. And you're like, yeah. Don't just, like, start shooting a car chase scene with no fucking plans. I didn't know that. That's like something that like somebody like we always are like, we don't know how, like what goes into this and like what the background was, and then there's still like that thought that's like, these are still humans, and one of them was like, let's fire festival this bitch.
Yeah,
and you're like, but no, you're making a blockbuster movie that's like $100 million, and you're like, yeah, but we can fucking do it. We'll just do it. And you're like, no. That's not how this works.
Well, I think it's also like what Brian asked us. One of the many questions that Brian asked us in the F9 episode was about like which of these movies was the most important one when it came out. And like for this movie that like, okay, so Tokyo Drift had like basically no budget. Like without that Vin Diesel cameo, it would have been basically straight to video. Nobody would have seen it. Nobody would have loved it except for fans or whatever. And so this one is like the most important one in the franchise. If this doesn't work, it's dead. They're like, let's just wing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, like, just in life, that this is like true, but you're like, no, like in something that has this many people, nobody could have like. We often ask this when we're like, when somebody made the movie, you're like, who didn't say no to this, right? Like we're like we hear a line like Letty like always talking about vaginas or something weird, and you're like, who was like, that's okay. Yep. And you're like, oh no, there's just like 100 people that were like, fuck it, that's what we're doing then. Like one guy's like, what if she says this? And you're like, yep, that works, cool, shoot it. And you're like, nobody had a qualm about any of, okay.
The only other note I think I have from this episode, I'm gonna look back one more time, is they talk about casting Gal Gadot, and it's really funny how they talk about, like they all just want to say she was the hottest one in the room, but nobody says that.
Yes.
Like they're just like
her excellent army skills
stood out.
She stood out, yes.
I'm not
with her
remotely
magnificent
surprised she's the one Justin went with. It's like, yeah.
She's a fucking babe. Justin Lin looked at her and was like, can I get to spend 3 months with that woman? Yes.
But nobody says like, oh, she was just, because like you can't say that, but like everyone is like basically smiling, being like, yeah, wow, we all knew she was going to be the one,
Yeah, pretty much.
even though she had no acting experience.
Oh, by the way, they just gave the role to fucking Lucas Black. Like, they were like, yeah, we gave the role to Lucas Black in Tokyo Drift without him auditioning. Wild-ass choice.
I think it's just like this is going to be a movie. Like this movie, nobody's going to give a shit about this movie. Like I think they really thought like this is just going to be like a thing.
And you know what? Lucas Black thought that he was the shit getting this role without no audition. Like he was like, I was riding high. I was coming off of Jarhead, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking do this movie, Fast and the Furious.
Mm-hmm. There's a difference to me, and I know that there really shouldn't be, but there's a difference to me between like Vin Diesel, who I've seen like in, you know, we covered for the podcast, I've seen him like 40 movies, right? And then like Lucas Black, who I really only know from this movie, right? From Tokyo Drift. And so to see him in Jarhead, or to see Jordana Brewster in Annapolis, like as a different character, I'm just like, well, that's weird. Like it's weird to see
very
him
strange.
in a different thing.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, any other notes you have about, again, like not a bad episode, just I think it's weird that they crammed there's only 6 episodes for, I don't know when, I guess maybe 10 movies or something, right? Like there's a lot of movies.
Yeah. 9 when this came out, probably.
9 plus Hobbs, right?
Maybe Hobbs, maybe not Hobbs. The last thing that I have is that I really like that Lucas Black was describing the barrel roll in Shangri-La, and it's like the car is on a rotisserie, and that, because that also looks very CG, and he's like, no, it's practical. They had all this trash in there, it was just floating around, and it's like that Tabasco is fake as fuck, but like you shot most of this practically. Okay,
it looks like the next episode is about 5, and then the one after that is mostly about Paul dying, and then the one after that is after Paul. Like that seems to be, based on the descriptions of the episodes, like what we have in store for the next 3 episodes. There's only 6 total, so we've done 3 of them. So like
interesting.
5, 7.
Their pacing is weird.
Their pacing is weird.
Their pacing is weird.
Because I was saying to you on Facebook before we started that, like, the first movie obviously need a full episode about. The second movie makes sort of sense to do a full episode about, but like here,
two feels like it's too much. I think you could combine like 2 and 3 together, but I guess it's like with the Justin Lin transition, like 1 and 2 together. I don't know how I would break it up other than, I don't know.
Well, because at a certain point these become such a well-oiled machine that like there's like less interesting stuff, because it's just like this becomes a Hollywood production. But here it's like these are the movies that like make or break the franchise. So to jam in the one that like was a cast off into like the linchpin that like saved the franchise into a single hour, like 28 minutes on Tokyo Drift and 16 on 4, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Anyway, Icons on Earth.
Icons on Earth. Brought to you by Tokyo Underground.
We have a Patreon page, toofast2forever.com. Shout out to Cassie Wilson, Nick Burris, Alex Ellen, and Justin Kleinman, Brian Rodriguez of High School Slumber Party, Wes Hampton, Jerry Robinson, Dan the Duke, Hayden Renato DiDonato, Michael McGann, Lane Middleton, Lindsay Lewandowski, Nate Milton of the Kings of Sport, Jason Rainey, Tom Price, Mike Gallagher, Josh Buckley of Whole Lotta Wolves, Michael Moser, Christian Larson, Tara Newone, Aaron Willozin, Natalie Absolute, Randy Carter, Josh Goularm, and Jessica Collins, a.k.a. Montez. I said it last week. I'll say it again. We are closer now to our 6 bonus episodes coming out the rest of this lap. So if you want
true.
join from $1 a month, toofast2forever.com.
$1.
$5 gets you stickers. $10 gets you a pick every lap. More gets you more. Don't do more, but you can also do more. You know,
some guys did.
toforever.com. And if you want to email in, family@cageclub.me and Joe, we have no real emails, but we've made 3 sales on TeePublic.
Are they all George Pickens? Please tell me they're all George Pickens, because he had a fucking monster 2 games. He had a monster 2 games.
On my birthday, on the 15th of December, we got a George Pickens t-shirt and a George Pickens hoodie, which I didn't even know that was an option. Somebody bought
I didn't know that was an option. Somebody's out there with a George Pickens Fast and the Furious hoodie, and it's not us.
And then
that's incredible. And that's Christmas. Somebody got this. Somebody opened, and they were like, This is my dream. Oh my God. This goes back to like me sending strangers their wedding registries. I wish I had the video of the person that opened that package and was like, you got the George Pickens watching Fast and the Furious picture as a hoodie for Christmas. They're like, where did you find this? These are the kind of questions these are my favorite Christmas presents. Ones that I open and I'm like, why does this exist? Where did you find this? How?
Like, I'm of the mind that these are overwhelmingly being bought for the person who pays for it. Like, they're not gifts, they're just gifts to themselves. You think they're people giving them to other people.
In December on the 15th, that was somebody buying a present.
Because also on the 17th, George Pickens' T-shirt sold there. So that same weekend. And then the 20th, Wednesday the 20th, another T-shirt of George Pickens. So, but that was a nice one. We got, because we make $2 or $4 a shirt. Like, there's no money here. Like, whatever you spend, but the regular T-shirt we get $2, but this was a nice T-shirt because we got $4 for it. So
I wish I could have the video of a kid opening that thing and being like, "What is this?" or stoked at, like, whoever that, like, they should be listening. We should have like a secret tracker in these that, like, we be like, "Boy, do we have a podcast for you?" Like, just like slide that in the hoodie pocket.
Well, because we know. We don't know, but I would assume people who actually listen to the podcast are not buying that. People who listen to the podcast are buying things with our logo.
No. I would assume so. Or like cha-cha-cha, or like something fun, something that is interesting.
Overwhelmingly, the thing that we have sold the most of, like 95% of everything we've sold is this one thing that there's like 60 of there out in the world for a thing that you just wanted to own yourself.
Just one for me. That's the dumbest thing ever, that I was like, nobody else would ever combine these two stupid things. And they did, and people like
and
it.
Like the TeePublic SEO, like it's I can't believe it works. It just like add a bunch of words. People might, I'm just like, I don't know, George Pickens. Like, I guess, I mean, it works, right? But like, I guess if people go on TeePublic and search George Pickens, there's probably not a lot of George Pickens things in general. Actually,
is there really? Can we search? Yeah, let's look. That's what I want to see now too.
No, there's a lot of Steelers things, but we're like 14th. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We're the 20th.
Are we like the first one of him? No, we're not even the first one of him.
No, everything is Steelers colors. Everything is Steelers. Everything is Steelers or Georgia.
You're right. We're like way low, and it's like there's like him making sick catches. Like, these are like actual like good, interesting designs, and then you just have like the dumbest picture.
We're the only thing that comes up for NFL Youngboy.
But I mean, that's hyper specific.
George Pickens, the NFL Youngboy, watches the NFL Draft and Fast 5 in an unusual way, is our description of. Do you still wear yours?
Yeah, it's worn out. I need to buy a new one. I wore it so much that I seriously worn it. So you can get it in tie-dye. That would be so strange. Okay, I might have to get a tie-dye one.
Dude, do it.
But I want that. Should I get heavyweight? No, because like, so that, yeah,
30
like,
weight,
no,
40 weight.
You're a great fence there.
I think you gotta buy a hoodie. Oh, it was a kid's hoodie. We don't sell it. We sell a crew neck for. No, we do sell a hoodie. Never mind. And I mean, like, I just like upload art and I just say sell it on everything.
And it's sell it on everything. But it was a kid's hoodie, so there's a child out there wearing this.
No. There is a real hoodie. It didn't say kids hoodie.
Okay.
It's an adult hoodie we sold.
It doesn't tell you like the size.
It'll say kids tee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we know so this was for an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like hoodies that don't zip. You know this about me.
Oh,
I don't wear
like
hoodies that don't. No, never.
Oh, I love a pullover.
I don't. It's just too restricting. I feel like I'm in jail.
We also have. Oh boy, I didn't realize they were all in the same movie. We have 3 YouTube comments. Guess what movie they're all on?
Tulane Blacktop.
Nope. 2 more guesses. There's only 3 options.
Hollywood Nights.
Oh, I guess there's like 5 options. No. 1 more guess.
Fuck. I don't know. What is it?
It's not Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. It is Vanishing Point. We have 3 comments on Vanishing. So something must, like, somewhere, some community of boomers talking about movies must have brought up Vanishing Point, because we got 3 comments on Vanishing Point in the last 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
December 16th from Donna Morrison. What no movie? WTF. Thanks, Donna.
Thanks,
then
Donna.
On December 22nd, 9 of 9 says clickbait alert, crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji.
Clickbait that says podcast, the Too Fast, Too Forever podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then on New Year's Day from Nick Panaritis, no video? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Okay.
It's so funny, like, for How to Win the Lottery, I made videos for all those, and I'm, like, uploading. Like, we've only had the YouTube page for that for, like, 2 months, but I've uploaded all those, like, one a day and just, like, catching up or whatever. And it's funny to see videos that are actually watched. Like, we have, like, 3 plays over there, but, like, some, like, interviews that we've done or, like, books that people love.
Yeah.
Like, people will actually watch it. Like, an average view time of, like, 20 minutes. I'm like, oh, people actually care. Like, at least one person fully
This
watches
makes
the video.
sense. Yeah.
For almost every single Too Fast video, the average duration is like 2 seconds. So you're like, oh, not the movie, click off, right? I think that number only goes up when they leave it playing to leave a comment. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Yes.
So...
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for commenting, all of you people that were calling us motor mouths today. Apparently, some people do watch on YouTube.
Some people do. I know the Reaction Rocket does. Other people might. Who knows?
Yeah.
We have one comment on Patreon. This is going to be an ongoing battle. Randy Carter commented, only have to ignore one line of dialogue for 1989 to make sense. Not a million things, as you allude to. I will die on this hill.
Randy, I've said it before. Everybody's requested you to join the Discord because they want to argue at you. And that's usually what happens there. So if you want to join, let us know, and we'll add you in so that you can explain yourself to Lane and Wes and everybody else that was asking for you to explain yourself.
The Discord only has like a handful of people, but it's fairly active.
It's fairly active. If you want to post pictures of your cats, you can do that in there too.
I posted a picture of speaking of weird t-shirts, I posted a picture of the shirt that my sister had made for me of my cat Dana with 3 pictures of Dana, and it says Dana, and it's an outer space. She was sending me these pictures.
It's my favorite aesthetic ever of t-shirt.
She was sending me these pictures. Like, she found an Instagram ad, and there was just like a dog named Jeff, and she's like, I was going to buy you just a dog named Jeff shirt, and then like she was sending me these things. I'm like, I love these, and I never even once thought she was going to make one for me. And then she made the Dana shirt, and I was like, this is unbelievable,
incredible,
very, very good. But that's all the emails we have. family@cageclub.me. We're not going to well, it'll be out in 3 weeks. We're not going to record for 4 weeks. So if you want to get it in, you know when, 3 weeks from now, family@cageclub.me, please and thank you. Joe, extracurricular activities to close up shop. What have you been up to since we recorded our last minute episode?
Do you want to do our tandem one first or separates and then tandem?
You could do tandem. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. For the holiday, Rachel and I did nothing, but then we went and visited her parents and her stepsister in Delaware. We had a very nice time with them. We went the day after Christmas, spent about 4 or 5 days there. We went to go see a Fun Time magic show with a guy that was on the Penn and Teller. I forget the name of it, but the Penn and Teller, like how to what is it? Trick Penn and Teller or something like
Fool
that.
Us?
Do you know the show?
Mm-hmm.
Fool Us, yes.
Yeah, I watched like 8 or 9 seasons of that show. I watched a lot of that show. And then at a certain point, I was 2 seasons behind. I'm like, I'm good. I'm never going to catch up. I'm good.
Yeah. He was on that show once. It was really cool. He did an insane fucking thing. It was insane. He did this this one trick that was just bonkers. That was like...
Was he a card? Like, what kind of magic was it?
Kind of everything about these kind of things. But like his big trick was something really cool that was like, okay, he like asked like one guy to pick a number, and then somebody else in the audience to pick a number, and then somebody else in the audience to pick a number. Then he like took somebody's phone, and he's like, here, like I'm gonna walk down the line, and like all of you like put your he held the phone upside down. And he's like, put your finger up and like touch a number, and he like did all this, and it like equaled like the date and the time. He was like, oh yeah, it's like, this is the date and this is the time. Like, it was like multiplied plus minus blah, 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 blah. And then like the numbers that added out were like 12, whatever, yep. 8:04 p.m.
Sweet.
I was like, nuts.
Cool.
So we did that. Then we all got COVID. So then we came home. So I've been dealing with that. We're doing better today. It sucked, but all of us got it. I don't know how the fuck we did. We didn't like really fucking do anything.
Everyone's sick. Everyone is sick.
Everyone is sick. Everyone is sick. So just be careful out there. This COVID banged us up. Please be safe.
Us as in, I don't have COVID. I have a slight cold, and I'm on the.
No, I meant us as in like
you as in the Joe
our
to
entire
Rachel
family
to
that was
household.
together.
Yes.
Yeah, that was everybody that was together for Christmas got it. So
Yep.
And we didn't, like I said, we didn't fucking do anything besides go to this magic show that was like 50 people in like a pretty open theater. It doesn't fucking make sense. Whatever. Be safe. that was pretty much it off the top of my head of like cool things that I did besides what I did with you. So go, and then we can meet up in the middle.
I got tickets to a... you want me to get to that at the
Meet
end?
up in the middle. What did I say?
Okay, I was excited to do it. I had my birthday, so I had a birthday party here. Margaret and I went to the city, and I had a bunch of friends over that you couldn't come to because you were busy. Because also my birthday's the same weekend as Rachel's birthday.
They always overlap, and it either storms or when Rachel works, or now she doesn't work during that, and yes.
Or it's
whatever.
the Christmas party weekend, and we can't do anything anyway, but...
Exactly.
That was fun. Had a lot of people there.
Good.
So then, okay. So the night after my birthday party, two of my friends who came over were my college roommates, and a friend of the show, Melissa Lynham, is married to one of them, and the three of them with one of their dad was going to go to a Devils game. And I was doing the crossword with Melissa because I do the crossword with Melissa, and she was like, I was like, have fun at the Devils game tonight, and she said, oh, I'm sick, I'm not going. I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. And then I didn't think anything of it. And like 2 minutes later, her husband, Casey, who I lived with the last 2 years of college, texted me, he's like, hey, you want to go to the Devils game? And I'm like, I am so tired. I just spent like 48 hours like on with friends, with people. You know what I mean? I'm just like,
Yes.
sure, I'll go. Free Devils ticket. Why not? So we went to the Devils game. It was a lot of fun.
Who'd they play? Did they win? No, they lost, right?
They played,
I cursed you.
They played
you
the
were
Ducks,
like, yes.
And they lost.
Yeah,
6
you
to
were
3
like,
or something.
oh. Joey messages me. He's like, they're playing the Ducks tonight. The Ducks suck. They should win. I was like, nothing's guaranteed in hockey. And then they lost badly.
Yeah.
I remember. Sorry.
I was also like, I don't know if I need to go to the Devils game because I had gotten tickets to the Rangers game and the Devils game. So I went with Margaret to the Devils game. But you, me, and Dan the Duke Hayden had a boys' day out in the city and went to the Rangers game. And it was great because the Rangers lost, the Rags lost, and the seats were great. And
Yeah. So we went, and
fun.
it was Rangers versus Oilers.
Yep.
We get down to the city early. Dan pointed us to two great dive bars. And I fucking love Manhattan dive bar. The first one that we were in, it was like full of essentially steam fitters, right? Like these guys were like construction workers in Manhattan that hang out at this bar. It was like a dingy, cash only, shot in a beer is the only thing you can get, right? Or like you got a beer and he was like, do you want your free shot with it? You were like, no. He's like, that's dumb. Sure. Okay. Shot in a beer dive bar, fucking incredible, cash only. I was like, this place written down. I'm coming back here. Oh, you said some guy walked in and was like, why do you have a map of what, China?
China on the wall, and the bartender was just like, never thought about it. Don't know. But like the entire bar was like adorned with like just weird shit that clearly had been gifted to them. It's like, why would you ask about that as opposed to anything, or why would you ask about anything at all?
Incredible. Top tier. Love this place. Going back. Then we went up to another place, also fire. That place was $5 shots and beers in Manhattan. Insane.
What was the liquor that we got? It was banana what?
Banana whiskey, banana bourbon, right?
Yeah, I saw a bottle. I'm like, that's a cool bottle. And we saw it was like banana bourbon. I'm just like, oh, I definitely don't
That
want that.
sounds
But I
like
wanna
it could be
try that.
really bad.
But we tried it.
Yeah.
And it was exactly what you tasted. Like what we thought it would be, what you thought it would be like, but it was
Not bad.
fine.
It was better than I assumed. Had like some monkey on it or something
Yeah.
monkey. And then Dan Hayden met us, and then we went to the Rangers game. They played the Oilers.
Yep.
There was Rangers fans almost got into a fight with each other
Yep.
around us because one was swearing, and then the other one was mad because there was children around, and then they just sweared at each other for a bunch, and then didn't fight each other because they were just old, angry guys.
Yep.
And the Rangers were up. And I was like, this team looks like they suck. So I bet the Oilers to win. And
Yeah,
then
they were
the
up
Oilers
1-0.
won.
You bet the Oilers money line, and the Oilers won 4-1. They scored like 4 unanswered goals. Like,
Yes, yeah.
okay.
They just dog walk. And then, but the score was closer because they scored the goal with like 0.1 second left in the third. Remember, it was like it ended 4-3.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Either way, great time, great seats. I was happy to see you guys, and happy to see Dan because he's a good guy too. So.
Then I went down to Texas for Christmas, came back up here, did New Year's. But basically everything I've been doing in my free time has been watching movies to try to sort of, the same thing every December. Just try to watch as many new releases as I possibly can.
Sneak them in at the deadline.
A Fire, which is a movie that you're not going to like, but Mark Hoffmeyer and I love, by Christian Petzold, who has made nothing but absolute all-time great movies. That movie was really good. Full Time, which is a Mark recommendation, was great. No One Will Save You is great. The Pope's Exorcist was fun. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which Brian and Eisen did a very long episode on, and High School Summer Party was great. Rye Lane was great. I'm just not going to, there's too many, but like Rye Lane was great. Scrapper was great. Nimona was great. I went to the theater to see Anyone But You, that Sydney Sweeney Glenn Powell movie, which is exactly what you think it's going to be. So if you want to see hot people fight and fuck, which is the top review on Letterboxd, go see Anyone But You.
Okay.
I watched on Netflix Rebel Moon, the new Zack Snyder movie, like that people are saying it's a ripoff, it sucks, it's a ripoff of Star Wars. It's fine. It's, it's a pretty movie to look at, whatever.
Yeah.
The really, really good one, well, Margaret and I saw Poor Things in theaters, which is the new Yorgos Lanthimos movie, which is wild, and I love that. But the other really, really good movie I saw, which I think is on Max, it's a documentary. It's the Nan Goldin documentary, but also about the Sackler family. It's called All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, and it is so good. It's a documentary about Nan Goldin, artist, her life. Like, it's like a biopic kind of her, like, not a biopic, but like a documentary about her life as it overlaps with the Sackler family, who who basically caused the opioid crisis, and like.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
And
I saw previews for this. Yeah,
it's really, really good. Like one of the best movies. Not one of my favorite movies because like a heavy subject matter and documentary and whatever, but like in terms of like actual craft of filmmaking, like one of the best movies I saw all year. I still have a bunch more movies that I'm going to watch. By the time this episode is out, my favorite video every year, David Ehrlich's Best Of Countdown, will be out.
Oh,
he announced it's going to be
yeah.
out on Monday, January 8th, which, as you're listening to this, was either earlier this week for patrons or last week for the main feed. As we record that, it's still next week. And I'm so excited. So I'm going to keep watching, new releases through then. And then once that's done, move on to other stuff. But I found a lot of good stuff. I was on a real roll there in terms of finding good things, which is very good because sometimes I get bogged down into
shit,
absolute bullshit. But I was also, so I will tell you, one of my, like, I don't really have very many New Year's resolutions because I'm pretty happy with things. And I think whatever. But one of my things,
go ahead.
New Year's resolutions is to say no to more things, which I think
I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
If I've taught you anything, it's how to say no to shit.
Yep.
I hope that you can attribute part of that to me. I say no to a lot of shit, and saying no to shit makes your life so much easier.
There's a very funny line in Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, when Rachel McAdams, like the city, like it's about a family who moves from New York to New Jersey, and it's, it's following the young girl as she comes of age, and she really wants her period, like it's based on the Judy Blume book. But her mom, Rachel McAdams, is a stay-at-home mom, and she's just like basically seeking, like she wants a meaning in the suburbs. And so she joins like every school club, like every like parent teacher club that like she can join to help out with the school or whatever. She joins all of those. And then she just like realizes she kind of hates all those women eventually.
Yeah.
And toward the end of the movie, the woman who like runs it just like, hey, I think you'd be great for these 3 clubs. And she goes, I'd really, really love to. I just don't want to. And she just drives away. And she's like, yeah, that's a very nice.
No, I don't even want to. That people get so say what you feel about something to someone.
No, I think she's saying that
their reaction.
She would love to be able to help and like, do good, but like I don't want to. No.
I don't even want to do that. Like I don't even preclude it with like niceties.
Yeah.
They're like people are just like, hey, do you want to come hang out? I'm like, that sounds like a terrible idea. I don't want to do any of that. And they're like, what? And I'm like, sorry. Like that's just honesty. Like I'm gonna stay home and sit on my couch. Sorry.
The other thing in relation to that is that I'm not going to watch, like, people are like, I'm going to watch less TV. I'm going to read more books. Whatever. It's like, no, I read enough. I'm not going to watch less. I'm going to watch I'm going to watch an unhealthy amount of stuff anyway. But I want to be more intentful or purposeful in what I watch. And like I say this as I'm like grinding my way through this Godzilla show, which is not great. And like, don't watch the Godzilla show. Like that's kind of like, but like if I'm not feeling a movie, if I'm not feeling a TV show, instead of like trying to like, and I've been better about this the last couple of years, but I'm not.
Just stop.
But just stop. Like Michael Moser in the Discord, shout out to the Discord once again. It was like, I want to go back into reading. What would you recommend? And I gave him a bunch of books. I'm like, but look, like whatever you read, if you're not feeling it, there's so much out there. Just like read something else. Like if you're watching a TV show and you're like, I don't know if I like this, like stop.
Yeah, I know. People are like, so like, no, you have to finish what you started. Mm-hmm. No, you don't.
The universe will tell you, like, if you're quote unquote supposed to watch a thing, you'll realize you should watch the thing. Or if you're like, everyone loves Breaking Bad, but I can't stand it, don't watch Breaking Bad. I don't give a shit.
Not everything's for everyone. That's what I'm saying. And if you're like a really like me, if you fucking love 90 Day Fiance for the messy bullshit, watch it. Yep. Don't feel bad about it. Just fucking do it. Yep. It doesn't matter. They make it for someone, and that someone can be you. I love this. Good. I like this new year, new Joey. I like
Say
this.
no to more things and also just like bail on stuff that I'm not feeling. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Oh man, we've come a long way together. Through the good times and the bad.
as we are bearing down, and this is no shade
No?
to
You're
Michael.
gonna leave me hanging?
No. Wait, what'd you say?
You have to hear it in the fucking edit then.
No, say it again.
No. You get it in the edit then. It was good. You're not getting it here.
I was
you
just
missed
thinking
it.
of
You
the
just wanted to fucking think.
The irony of like, I want to watch things that I want to watch as we're about to enter the lap where I have the least control over what we watch, as Michael and Josh sponsor the entire lap. Like, I'm looking forward to like a lot of what they put, but it's just like, I'm only going to watch things that I want to watch. And it's just like, here's two people who have paid to control my time for the next like 8 months. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, I had that in
It's
my
incredible.
mind. And so I wasn't listening to you because I was just like realizing.
Well, you missed a
the
good joke,
irony.
and everybody else thought it was really funny, except you, because you didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. I will hear it in the edits. But do you have anything else to say before we close up shop for this episode?
No, Happy New Year, and yeah, shit's good.
And like we said before, like we said last week and earlier in this episode, we have a lot of bonus episodes coming up. We have Mike Gallagher's pick, Nick Burris's pick, Tara's pick, Aaron's pick, Randy's pick, and a bonus pick, of course, for the Super Bowl, which you, me, and Brian do every year. So
Oh, yeah.
check out toofast2forever.com for all of those. But for all things Too Fast, Too Forever, go to cageclub.me, facebook.com/toofast2forever, or at toofast2forever on all the platforms. Email us, family@cageclub.me. Check out our Patreon page at toofast2forever.com. and our store at cageclub.me/shop, and come back next week for Fast 10. I'm Joey Lewandowski,
I'm Joe too.
and we will tell you all about it
When we see you again.